UX culture.
We end abruptly.
I don't know. Something.
Just start the fucking show.
Yeah, let's start this. I don't know if we could curse. Can we curse?
Yeah, you could curse.
Yeah, you can curse. You.
I've never stopped cursing. Try to me being edited. You know how hard that is for me.
Alright, let's do it.
You guys
That's for the Spanish people around. It'd be different if we had Juanitos
You're getting
around.
candy right now.
Huh? Oh, you hear it?
Yes, we can hear it. It's by your microphone, bro.
All right, focus. Game face. Come on.
What's yo-yo?
Let's go.
Oh shit.
You ever have players like that gets you upset or piss you? Or what is your process?
Let me think about this. You know what? I have a particular video I would like to show you. Are you guys up for it?
No, don't do that.
Let's go.
Alright, let me share my screen so we can watch it.
All right.
Just let it run. It makes it fun. That everybody thinks we're playing around.
Just tell me when it's on.
Just put the video. Let's rock.
Wait. I have an idea.
Oh shit. No, just let it rock. Just keep it free forming. It's only episode 4. All right. What's this chick's name? Hamburger? What is it?
Chunbuns, I think, right? Let me see. What's the
name?
Let
me stop saying chick.
No, that's not her name.
Chumbawamba? What?
No.
What is it? I really don't know.
Oh, Chunbuns. Her name is Chunbuns. She has 120,000 subscribers. She's legit. Like, I like her. Let's see if we could let's see if punch some holes in her story. So the title for this is UX design process explaining step by step with a mobile app project. I'm definitely not going by step by step, but let's start what she says.
In today's video, I'm going to explain what the UX design process is step by step using a mobile app project as an example. Just keep in mind that there is no right or perfect design process because every project and team company are different. So you're going to have to tweak the process to do what makes most sense for you and your team. But with that said, having a process will give you structure and guidance as to how to drive your project, especially when you get stuck and don't know what to do next. Leaning on a process will be very critical.
So I agree with that, right? Like she's showing the double diamond out right now.
Your favorite.
That's definitely my favorite process right there. You know, discover, define.
Is a good one.
They're pretty well. So like I think what she's talking about is a framework. Like if you have a framework to start with, you can always rely on the framework to guide you to the next step of that. So that's why I think she's bringing up the double diamond. But let's see, the double diamond, man, that thing is the
critical. And so to help you visualize how this process can be applied to a real life project, we're going to be using an example design prompt. Redesign the item detail page for an e-commerce mobile app. If you don't know what an item detail page is, just open up your phone and go to any e-commerce website or mobile app like Target, Sephora, and you'll see a bunch of products being recommended to you. And if you click on one product, that is what the item detail page is. It is.
So this is how it works in my world too, like in my, where I work. You're just focused on one feature in a bigger product. So that's what she's talking about. She's talking about going, she's saying she's going to work on this. If you don't know what it is, go here because it's definitely defined as a feature and she's going to go work on a feature. So to me right now, everything is correct.
It's packed with a lot of content and features. And so this design prompt is very vague and ambiguous and broad because there are so many things you could be working on and redesigning on this page alone. There's components to this page like the product image, the minute interactions of the carousel and the zoom functionality. You could be working on product details and nutrition facts, reviews. What we're going to talk about today is called the double diamond process, which I'm going to draw out in my remarkable.
This can be used for anything. I don't think it has to be UX process. Like Lopez, I don't know if you ever want to get into double diamond, but it's a perfect way of accomplishing a lot of stuff with a uniform way because it forces you to do research. It forces you to synthesize that research. Then it completely focuses you on trying to.
It's just a brainstorming product. There's tons of them.
That's the thing.
You do also have the one where it's like your main focus. You write the word, circle it, and then arrow point whatever what it entails. Normally we do it with storytelling.
No, that's
But
more that's more methods. So like that's a method that you would be using within that process. So and there's
we wouldn't do that process at all.
Yeah, it's a great process because it really keeps you online. Like you could do whatever methods you need within those particular parts of the process. Like at the like for instance, you might be prototyping, right? But maybe you will do a different type of prototyping, or you do a different kind of iterations, and that's at the end result. You could do different methods of testing things, but like that's all within one part of the diamond on the second side. So
that's probably like that diamond would be already. I would be pretty much already done with the project the time the way you're doing the diamond.
Yeah, and so the purpose of the diamond is, and for the people that don't know, is to eventually build the right thing for a user or for the product for the company. Because like for us, if we build something and we do it based on a lot of assumption, you're building the wrong thing for yourself because you have bias. You know what I'm saying? So like you always want to do that research because that'll guide you to the right answer, because there could be 100 ways of doing one thing, right? And you want to do it for your customer or your user, or or who they think you are, because you could base it on assumptions. But either way, you have to make this educated decisions to build something based on that, based on research. Like I don't know. Like, is there like a reason you would do research on your end?
Not terribly. I mean, there's little research as more like mood boarding. That's really our research.
Right.
Okay.
What's the look and feel, and what you're going for, and what's your demographics. Like that, your diamond process sounds something that I would do more towards the end when I'm done.
Okay.
Like the design is done already. Now it's just like how would it work in real life, which we would put like the brand sheets and stuff like that.
Okay.
Where you would just create a bunch of different color palettes. Like this is your color palette. This is your logo. This is how your logo is used. Normally it'd just be like a picture, and then where your logo would sit somewhere. Like if it was an advertisement, you would just put something like that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'll show you. You'll see in the video I have. I believe she shows you that kind of thing.
All right, so let's continue on this
one. Tablet.
Oh,
because you guys got a lot more stuff you have to kind of deal with.
The thing is this, that because you're like designers are typically like one thing, right? But for like we have to deal with engineers, so we don't want to give them work that they're going to have to go back and fix and change and multiple times. So you want to do all that in the design process of it all.
Right.
So that's why I think that the process probably works.
And the only time it does not use that much, but when it came back to printing, which graphic design is hard on printing, since printing is not really is a kind of like dying kind of thing.
Yeah.
But normally, all that purpose that you would go to the printers and be color proofing your own stuff and checking to see if everything looks right at a printer's kind of say like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of our prototyping until you'd be like, oh, that sounds good. Sign the check, and then start printing. Well, the check is like, this is the good one you want to go with.
Yeah.
Like these suck.
These
colors are right. Boom, check. That's where we're gonna go to start printing.
Which is the sponsor of today's
Ooh, look at that, remarkable.
You've probably heard and seen the diagram of the double diamond process. First step is to go wide, and
that's her sponsor. That's how well she's doing.
Yeah.
Explore your problem space a
lot. I like her a lot.
Sponsors are not that, as you'd be surprised, certain sponsors are a lot easier to get.
User and business problems You also want to think about what is working well, what isn't working well. So you may want to do an audit of your current designs and start annotating those things. You also want to understand qualitative and quantitative data. So qualitative data can be any user research, or maybe you want to do a survey to understand points that come up from these customers. Quantitative data is any metric that helps you understand how the current design is performing. So if we take this item detail page as an example, one of the key metrics that we want to look at is how many people are actually adding that particular item to their cart. Another metric that we could look at is how many people people are adding the recommended products from this item detail page. What does the conversion rate look like? Doing a competitive analysis can also be really insightful.
The
This
next
is an
favorite.
example of a competitive analysis that I did for this design prompt.
Yeah, that's
Block out
true.
a few hours, I'll screenshot the competitors and start annotating any themes that I'm noticing, any strategies that I'm seeing that our team can also apply. Now that you went wide and have a better understanding of your problem space, you want to narrow down
Diverging.
and decide what your team is
Converging.
actually
Yep.
going to fix.
Let's go.
So this is the define phase.
She
This is where you want to
synthesized.
synthesize your findings and insights from the
Her
competitive
doing this makes
analysis,
me want to have
from
that,
user
that
research,
tablet
and
that she's
start
using.
deciding
Right,
and
it's
prioritizing
nice.
what your team is
My
going to work
iPad
on.
do
So
the same
this
thing.
is where you really want to
Not the
collaborate
same.
with your partner.
And can I say her
Design
handwriting is
and
impeccable?
tweak
Like,
to
it's
figure
like
out
so
the
nice.
prioritization
Yeah, I
and
can't even
product
understand my shit half the time.
This is an example
Right?
list of what you can possibly work on for the redesign of the item detail page. And so my team will go down the list
she
and
did
start
a lot.
prioritizing
She's
what
doing great
has the
prepping.
highest impact and also start t-shirt sizing some of these tasks.
Oh,
T-shirt sizing is
what?
just
T-shirt
another techie
sizing.
way
She
of
is.
T-shirt
She
sizing
knows her
impact
stuff.
And also start t-shirt
Oh,
sizing
is that for
some of these
herself?
tasks.
She's
T-shirt
t-shirt
sizing
sizing
is
for
just
herself.
Oh.
another techie way of saying, let's figure out how big this project is going to be. So if it's a task that's going to take
Hold on, improve image zone interaction. Couple of days. Okay, yeah. I think it's for herself, like how much time she'll take.
1 or 2 weeks,
to get
we'll
this
call
done.
it small. If it's a larger project,
I don't think it's the entire
probably gonna
project
take a
because
month
we
or
don't.
two.
We still haven't
Then you want
spoken
to
to
go
a
wide
developer,
again. So this is the
so we don't even know if
develop
that's gonna take a while. This
phase.
is just in her process.
You've already scoped out what you're going to be working on. You know the sandbox in which you can play. So this is where you want to
Oh,
go
okay.
wide in your explorations of your design solutions. What I like to do before jumping straight into
Yeah, she's going
Figma
through the
is
double diamond.
brainstorm ideas,
All right.
initial ideations. I've come to love this remarkable
Here we
tablet
go.
that feels like
Oh,
a
the
digital
ad.
version of my
The ad is
notebooks,
there.
where I don't have to have paper lying
Bless you,
around
girl.
on my desk.
You
I
go,
don't have
girl.
to carry the tablet to my
She is
Check
good.
out the link in my
Okay,
description
that
box
looks a
for
lot
your
better
own
than the other
remarkable
video, her
toolkit.
wireframing.
Here's an example of me sketching out different explorations for visualizing the recommended items.
Explorations,
So
I love
normally
that
we
word.
use a
I like
horizontal scroll to
Alright, she's playing around
surface
with
these
options.
items, but maybe we can use a grid so that customers can just vertically scroll.
This is realistic
The final
to me.
step is to go
Yes.
narrow and refine your solutions.
There we go,
So
the solution.
This is
She's
the
about
delivery
to-
phase. where You're going to figure out what is going to be actually shipped. So this requires a lot of user testing. We usually do 2 to 3 rounds of
You good,
concept
bro?
testing or usability testing to
You
ensure
alright?
that my design solutions testing or usability testing
Breathe that.
Oh, wow.
Iteration,
Yeah.
collect feedback. UXR test, iteration, collect feedback. Yeah, so okay, she's probably gonna test some prototypes on hopefully the user.
So UXR is UX research? That's
Test.
what her... Nice.
So I think she's
No,
talking
this-
about like this is the design aspect. So this is where she is already probably has like a more of a prototype, and this is where she's gonna test what she kind of made assumptions on, because I never heard her talk to a user. Maybe I missed it, but this is probably where she does the testing of her iterations, and then she changes as she gets feedback from collect feedback, and then she changes. So every design she gathers information, she changes to iterate and all that stuff. It should be that way anyway. She's kind of going. This is very broad. Like I realize
It has to be though.
Yeah.
I realize she's almost at the end of this, but this is broad, and this is not.
testing to ensure that my
But she
Generally,
said
it should be
every
broad.
process is
going to
different
have
depending on the
the
company.
impact
She's
that
absolutely
we
right.
Initially wanted to have.
Like, I don't
And
do
then
all this in
actually
my job,
solving
like
a real
exactly
user
that. I
and
do certain
problem.
pieces. Same
Based
thing with
on that
you.
feedback,
It's
I'll
just,
make
you
a
just
bunch-
got to fit it into wherever you're working.
Mm-hmm.
I do. You're right. I don't do all that stuff. Well, all that stuff I do.
You probably do a form of it, maybe just not
Yeah,
as much
form
as
of it. So
Yeah.
So like
a bunch of iterations. This is where I'll also share my designs to the broader team, like the comms team, legal team, a lot of cross-functional partners, to better understand how my designs are going to impact
Okay,
the
this is when she
business
presents.
and the other aspects of the business. To wrap this up, if this is what the current design look like, these are the iterations that I'll probably make. And then I'll either end up with 1 or 2 designs that our team is going to launch. I say I spend majority of my time in the last phase because I make a lot of iterations based on feedback from my
She's
team
right.
and UX research sessions.
Not me.
I'd love to know.
So I spent already a sprint for myself. Like, it's just 2 weeks of just what's it called, interviewing and synthesizing. I haven't even built an UI yet. So
but where I am, we have a team that handles the user experience. I mean, not the user experience, the testing.
Testing? Okay, so
yeah,
you be handing it off to
like user research. It's a whole different team.
All right, so your diamond looks like, let's see where she gets more close to
the right side.
Well, one aspect of the diamond, if you're saying that you don't, not even probably half of the diamond, right?
Like if I'm doing something and I notice, like let's say we hit like a wall or something, and then we'll find an opportunity to maybe do some user testing. Yeah. So then we'll reach out to that. But like the way that is structured for us, there's different people on particular meetings.
Okay, there's a double diamond right here. So discovery is research, right? You have in your company, you have other individuals that do the research. You have probably a UX researcher.
Yeah, it's called Insights and Optimization. Okay. It's a whole big
I'm gonna assume they also synthesize, or do you also synthesize with them?
Well, when they give me, so let's say they do the discovery part. It's documents, it's charts, and I analyze that and I see how we can apply it into whatever we're building. That's how it's done.
Okay, so then they do give you the research then, right? You get to see like.
Yeah, and then sometimes we say, "Can you research this?"
Okay, so you probably have part of this here too, because they give you the stuff and you kind of synthesize to go into here, explore options. So you do the exploration of options based on the data gathered and synthesize with that. And then
correct.
You're saying after you hand off to another team that does the actual iteration. Well, no.
I do the iterations.
So they just test it? They just field test it?
The devs test it. Like, they test, like, if whatever I design, if it's going to work, then they test it. And then sometimes they'll come back, the iteration, so it all depends.
The test or your team? Ooh.
I guess I missed that question. Sorry.
No, who tests? Who tests here? Not your user?
The devs, yes, and then yes, some user testing as well. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Okay. So it sounds like you guys do some dog fooding, which I do too. Dog fooding, and then you also do testing with the user.
What the hell is dog fooding?
Dog fooding is when you eat your own. Yeah. You test your own things. The way I remember it is like you're eating your own shit kind of a thing. So you did something and now you gotta test it on your own.
We don't use that term. Yeah. I think that's only where you work. Well, not where only you, but I mean, you introduced it to me before. I've never heard about dog fooding either.
No, the company doesn't call it dog fooding. They call it what's it called? They call it black box testing.
Okay, I've heard that.
I've never heard that box testing, but
I was like, when I first heard, I wasn't sure what it was.
See, dog fooding. IT slang used one's own product to test one's own product.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't know, black box testing. Okay.
We use the word pilot a lot too, like the pilot, which is kind of similar, is it?
Black box testing involves testing a system with no prior knowledge of its internal workings. A tester provides an input and observes. But this could be it doesn't really say that it's internal. I guess we do it internally. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we do that for a big release to test within and gather feedback within. But before that I do a lot of user testing to make the iterations before we go to black box. Black box is literally right before beta, which is already developed. The items already been developed. The people are clicking and testing in the actual product. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. But she's right. I think the step-by-step process here is much more legit than the one we saw prior to this.
The yoga girl.
The yoga girl. Yeah.
I mean, this just looks like it's more informative. Just speaking to a guy that doesn't know crap about that world you guys live in that much.
She's good. She's good. I think the only thing that's lacking is like she's not going into the methods. She's not going into like
it would be too long of a video.
I was just gonna say that. Like
it's
too much to
nice
explain.
And so, but the thing is that you can kind of okay. So I'm assuming maybe she shares more info.
Probably there's like a second video. It could be.
This is what I'm guessing now. She got sponsored and she needed to do a video, and she was like, "I'll just go over the double diamond." That's what.
I mean, the sponsors help. They give her.
Yeah. But overall, I think she did a good job. I think
I think so too.
I follow her already.
From an outsider, it's comprehensible, so it's fine. Like.
Oh, good.
For at least from a guy that doesn't know much about that.
Yeah.
That field.
But I know she has more insight. I wish she gave a little more insight.
But it would be just too long of a video. If she has a part 2 or something like that.
Yeah, she definitely could.
Something like that. She might have another video.
I mean, you can't go over that in like a video. Like that's like people have to take a course on this.
I'm pretty sure every element she says, you could probably do a video for every bullet point if need be.
Definitely.
Because she'll have to explain the t-shirt sizing because she mentioned that.
But I think the only thing is that this looks too simple. Like that's my beef with it. That if I was to show somebody this, you'd think you can do it. Like this is much more.
But that's the whole purpose. You want to, because if it's too difficult looking, nobody's gonna want to try it.
Yeah,
that's why I think hence programs. Everybody can do Photoshop because it's user friendly. You touch Illustrator and then everybody gets silent.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And Photoshop is very complicated if you go into the nitty gritties.
Yeah, this is a good simple video. I guess you're right. I'm gonna agree with that. This is very nice.
It has to be kind of open, broad, because if this is my first time looking, at least I understand what's pretty much going on.
Yeah.
Some of it, I'm obviously I don't know, so I might get lost, but I can kind of get it for the most part. Mm-hmm. So it'll keep me going. If it gets too wordy or too into it, I'm gonna be like when you said dog fooding. She said that, I would have been freaking lost probably. Like what the hell? And not everybody wants to Google stuff because people are still lazy as hell sometimes.
Well, I would say if you do want to become a UX designer, this is a good start, but it's just a very, very top level kind of a thing because. This is intro. It's an intro to that stuff. But I wish she really I don't know. I feel like she has so much more skill that what I expected from her that I would have liked a lot more insights. Not really. She don't necessarily have to give you every method that she used, but a little bit of insights would have been nice to have for her.
But it's somebody insight for you. Your insight might be this freaking geography for me. And YouTubers are to get views, so she has to dumb it down.
I think that's my beef. I'm a long time follower, and this video just came out, and she
would have to. If she wants people to view, she has to keep people there, kind of make it simple and easy to attract. Because if she's hitting you with points, I'm not going to know what the hell she's going at a certain point.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I think I expected because I know her skill set. So why is she doing these basic shits? That's why I'm guessing what's happening.
For the videos, for the views.
Nah, it's for the sponsorship.
Well, the sponsorship comes with the videos and the views, so.
Yeah, that's true.
And she has to do that. You can't make it. She can elaborate it, but if this is the first video of this, you got to make it simple.
Yeah.
You got to draw stick figures before you draw in Michelangelo figures,
Well,
I mean, there's so many things that she will have to break down. Even creating a step-by-step mobile app. A mobile app is different from creating a website.
Question: why do most mobile websites suck so bad?
They probably didn't do the responsive part right.
It's even been I never found a good one.
No, there are good ones out there. So I think the problem is a lot of people don't start at mobile first. So they don't think about the mobile experience first. They do desktop first.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then
of
they
course.
shrink it down and they're like, oh yeah, just remove some stuff.
No, I
Yeah.
know that. Yeah, but I mean, even for like big companies, a lot of them still.
But
Kind
it could also depend on the product because, like for instance, Instagram. You go to Instagram's desktop, and
it's horrible.
But if you go to their mobile, it's perfect because they.
But
are
it's
mobile
it's a
first.
mobile app, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it could be depending on what product you're using. They might be desktop first, and that's why they don't focus on the mobile because that's not necessary. Just like Instagram focuses mobile first, but they don't really care about the desktop. So it could be
Even when people have mobile, a lot of them still kind of suck. A lot of them are still super buggy. A lot of times, even for big companies, like I'll see them and they're just buggy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Especially if it's like any e-commerce thing, like where you're buying and selling, it's like things disappear in carts sometimes.
What? That's not good. That's not good at all.
But what are you using? Like Chrome, Safari? Like what are you?
No, I'm
using?
talking about mobile.
Oh, mobile. Okay.
And all of them kind of, they all kind of look
the
the
word
same.
mobile, how are you using it? When we define mobile, we're talking about a website that's on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So in that case, Safari or Chrome do have a problem. They could have a problem sometimes.
It's not like the worst thing in the world, but it's just like you see it almost on like every site. Mobile wise, you tend to see it for every big site a lot of times.
I don't know, guys.
Clothing site seems to be better than most.
I'm still disappointed in this video. I keep looking at this shit and I'm like, okay, I love that she introduced the diamond because it is a big deal in our world, but this is basic shit.
It's gotta be, bro. Like,
Nah. I expected that from somebody who's just starting, bro. How many videos she must have? Let me see. She must have like 100 videos. There's no way she's just doing.
yeah, but she's going based
I
off
don't
her.
think it was that bad.
No, I'm not saying it was bad.
He thought he was gonna learn something from it, and
yeah,
he's
I'm
not gonna learn
disappointed
anything from
like
it.
that.
Well, somebody like me, who's more probably the demographic
Right.
that's seeing this video, has learned something. I mean, some of it already knew, but
Yeah. I mean, I think this is good. I mean, you can't really explain UX in a 20 or what? How many minutes is
I
this?
think it's 6, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
you
and then
can't.
that's even short. Like,
Nah, she did this for the bag, bro.
of course, I mean, everything's for the bag. Nobody who does YouTube I mean, everybody's fun, but hopefully you want to make a career out of it. Especially if you got over 100 videos.
Yeah, she's got wild videos.
Yeah. But, she's got what, like 500,000 followers? So she's really just starting to get paid.
I see what
Like,
you're saying.
actually really seeing money.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That
Like,
makes sense.
she might, like, making real money where she could
All
quit
right.
her job if she had to.
I
And could
forgive
live off
her.
of YouTube.
I forgive her.
She's at that cusp.
I forgive her, but just know, Chunbuns, that I expected a lot more from this damn video, especially following you and knowing your skill set. But she has other ones that we can one day maybe go over, but this one in particular was done for the bag. She was like, pay me, I'll make a video. 6-minute video, pay me. That's crazy.
Like you said, it's 6 minutes. Like,
I don't blame her.
I can have a 6-minute video on the color of black and how there's different tones of black. And there is.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. But that's
There's
what I'm
actually
saying.
an artist that owns a color black.
Let's say
Wow.
Jim Lee was doing a video right now. Do you
He does a
want
lot
to
of
know
them.
how to do stick figures right now? From Jim Lee? Who the fuck cares about
He's not going to give you stick figure, but he's going to give you that mannequin. And to some people, that shit is just hieroglyphics.
From Jim Lee, I'm expecting him to give me insight, big things that I know he can
Probably, but it might be big. It depends on It depends on whoever.
What just happened?
But it can have a bigger impact to different people. You got to do it for a mass audience. Like somebody like you probably have more skills and experience than she does.
Nah.
So it's like the teacher trying to learn something from the pupil.
I think she has great skill. I'm not gonna take that from her. But
No, I'm not saying she's not having
whatever.
skill.
I'm gonna let this one go, but I'm not happy, Chunbuns. This was not my thing.
He wanted something super coded with extras. He wanted to see like actual motion graphic stuff come on. He wanted to see a website pull out. I wanted it all on that.
I mean,
he wanted another code right there in front of him.
You could get that for Femka.
Femka?
You go know, so yeah, Femka?
Is that her name? Oh, yeah, Femka. Let me see. I don't know.
F-E.
Femka?
M like in Maria. K-A. Femka. Oh, E. Sorry, that one.
Oh, Femka Design.
Yeah, I love her.
So you want to become a product designer? Maybe you're considering school, online courses, boot camps, but what if I told you that
she breaks down.
Become a product designer?
She does prepare.
Like the handoff process, like she really breaks it down. I mean, I like her a lot. She's one of my favorites.
You ever see that dude on like Instagram and TikTok that does everything on Figma? He'll be like, I'm going to teach you how to do an animated button in Figma in 20 seconds.
Yeah. I mean,
he wears a baseball cap and...
Alright, she does a double diamond too.
Does the perfect design process exist? I feel like when we are learning design, we're taught this very linear design process. So next, how to get from ambiguous problem statement to a final design concept. However, this doesn't mean that you should follow the exact same rigorous best in a recent tweet of hers where she said UXs...
Sarah!
Shout out to Sarah! That lady's everywhere. So
who's she?
She's a big time coach for UX. And she's really well known. She's been doing videos forever. I mean, she is the I don't know what we call it, but she's been there. She's a pioneer, I think. And she helps people with their portfolios, and that's what she does now, just like coaching for UX.
She helped me with mine. I mean, that's how, like, so like a little backstory, like I, knew more graphic design. So that's how I thought my portfolio had to look.
Right.
She's the one who broke it down. Like, you have to create like a process, like everything.
Yeah.
Case studies. I didn't know that. I was just putting like my designs.
Yeah, that's
not the right way.
Right, that's a big thing that I think people think that you got to show the final product, but in reality nobody cares about the final product because
they want to see your thought process and everything.
Case studies.
The case studies.
Like maybe 3 case studies on your website.
Doesn't need to showcase a perfect UX process. And I totally agree with this. I see a lot of folks over-indexing and worrying about applying this perfect UX process to their case studies on their portfolio or to their projects at their company. Don't get me wrong, process is important. So in here on the YouTube videos, you can see it in detail also. So here's the double diamond process. You can see that we have 2 really clear diamonds. And the purpose of these diamonds and the intention that they are diamond shaped is because these represent sort of 2 really key phases of the product design process. And the reason they're diamonds is because each sort of half of the diamond is either converging or diverging. So let's start with this first diamond where you can see at this stage in the discover process, we are diverging. So we are going, this doesn't have to be high fidelity at this stage, concepts you have. Parts.
What language is that?
A proposal or a recommendation, having some really strong
subtitles.
Confidence, some conviction, and like a chosen concept that you're going to move forward with.
Hugo, you know another language? I don't know. Besides Spanish?
Let's move into that now.
Vamos ver isso agora a fase de até. Oh, I think it's French.
Here is where we are fine-tuning, tweaking all those sort of visuals. And so this is why actively improving the product over time.
See, but she talks about
mean that the product.
She talks a little about what you got to do. Well, she did that. The other guy did the same thing. I'm being critical for no fucking reason.
And she's already 12 minutes into her video. She's already doubled the time of the first video.
Yeah, she talked a little too much.
Is this totally new to you?
Well, she breaks it down more.
All right, but this video from her is when? What's up with the dates? They don't put dates anymore?
Go to show more. in the bottom under the description where it says show more. It might say it in there. Oh.
Nah, they don't do the videos at the time, the date no more.
Yeah, they do. Well, mine they do.
Where? I don't see shit right here.
No, I'm saying like I'm looking at my screen. So it's normally right next to views sometimes, or
It's not there.
or you see how there's the three dots all the way next by save.
Click on there.
Where?
You see where save is at?
Yeah, that's what I did. Look.
Oh.
Click that.
Transcript.
Those 3 dot things.
I did. Just flag, report it or show. Yeah, I'm gonna report Chunbuns. Tell it is weak. Nah. This one's old. Like, so I'm okay with that. With her showing this is definitely like years ago.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no,
what's the name?
she's awesome.
She's pretty good. Yeah, I like her. No, I like them both. I'm not taking away from them. I follow them.
Yeah, just
being a little critical here. I expected more from you. That's all. Anyway, what's the name of the?
Oh man, you sound like a comic book fan when they want to see a movie. It was good, but I expected so much more.
Oh my god, that
was
so
not
true.
my Batman. That was emo Batman.
Yo, for real, people that read books. I hate when people that read books.
But I did enjoy it.
Yep, it didn't follow the story in the comics.
Yeah.
But that's not my Batman.
Nah, who's your Batman? Who's your Batman, Lo?
Out of the movies?
Yeah.
Out of Keaton or Bale?
Keaton or Bale? Wow, yeah, that's dated. Bale came, yeah, those are good Batmans though. What about you?
The best franchise out of them is the Bale ones.
I haven't seen the new one, but hopefully
I haven't seen the new one either. But
I liked it. It was very good.
Most people don't like the movie. You just be like, oh, but he's too emo. Like he isn't an emo character.
He is.
It was very dark.
It's supposed to be.
I liked it.
Strike fear.
So the only thing that I heard was that there is no difference between Bruce and Batman. They're almost like the same character. So usually, like, we're used to seeing Bruce as this rich, happy guy or whatever in the light in the daytime, but in this Batman, I heard that Bruce is like in the dark all the time and he looks emo. And then Batman is kind of the same.
Based on the comic year 1, which was the first year Batman became Batman.
Yeah, I think this is.
They didn't know how to separate the kind of thing. I mean, and they changed a lot too. They did make certain things a lot darker or quicker and stuff like that.
But it was. This is year 2, right, Lynette? In that movie?
What happened?
In the movie, this is his second year as Batman.
I thought it was
his early year, first or second year.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know. I don't. You guys don't see, but I have the toy here of Jim Lee's Batman. Can you see it? Oh my god!
No, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't see it because the background thing is messing it up.
Bitch.
But I know. But I seen the picture already, so I know.
Yeah, so I have the toy too that McFarlane made right here on my desk of the Jim Lee cover. Anyway, okay, let's move on.
And he was trying to make fun of us talking about anime the other day.
I was not making fun of y'all. I said, what did I say? I don't know what
you called us nerds, and I said, so are you. But I like both. I like comics too.
I don't do anime.
He got Jim Lee on his screen protector. Now he got the toy coming out. Like, he's got the underwears to match. Like,
I do want a shirt.
See?
It's true.
All we did was watch the show. We ain't get no merch. I ain't got no doll. I didn't go out buy the mangas or anything like that.
Oh my god. Well, you ain't hardcore then.
Oh, what's gonna be the ending all the time? We say,
oh,
check you later. Like just like a phrase that they know all the time.
If she don't swallow back, don't holler back.
I can't say that.